climate activists head for an oil terminal on the banks of the Thames in Essex.
And is that we're being systematically lied to. The government has no intention of dealing with this crisis. They are under the behest of big business and corporate interests. And corporate media like yourselves are also complicit with this.
Are you more concerned about the protection of a painting or the protection of our planet and people?
BP making $8.2 billion in that period. That is more than double the profit over the same 3 months of last year. It will increase payments to its shareholders by 10%, returning billions of dollars to them.
How many people have to die before you take this seriously?
Tell us what genocidal means.
Right. We've all heard of Just Stop Oil by now. But here at LSTV, we wanted to find out what the protests were like on the ground and talk to some of those involved. So on Saturday, the 29th of October, we decided to do just that.
Yeah, I like this, I like this. I like this.
Go to Parliament! Go to Westminster! The last time, move, man! Fucking think that way, mate.
What's on your mind right now?
I've just got so much respect for these people, like it's unbelievable, like so much respect.
Do you believe it's right what they're doing, blocking the streets here at Oval Street Station?
Yeah, definitely. Because like it's one day, or it's one like time, and it's just like mental. Like they're doing such a good thing, and obviously like, it's people are in a rush, but like what the fuck does that matter? Like,
Do you think the general public should be doing more to support this action?
yeah, probably. But then it's also not like general public, it's like people don't know enough about it to like know what to do. Yeah.
So what are we supposed to do? What are these people to do? They're heroes.
Yeah. So because there are also some people, some driver, they are trying to chase them away. So do you feel like there are some people have like different opinion? Like
Yes,
that?
of course they do. Our media tells people to be angry with these people, not to be angry with the banks and oil companies that are killing us. Britain's security is at threat. Our young people's security is at threat. And the media tells people to be angry against the peaceful protesters. So over the last 6 months, the Times, the Sun, the Daily Mail have been telling people to get angry and kick these people. They have been provoking violence, and it's now happening on our streets. It's terrible.
Yeah. Thank you very much for that. Thank you.
That you're just disrupting the lives of normal people and that you should be in other locations.
Any change in society, you always disrupt the lives of people. Unfortunately, these people are being affected today, but it could be anybody, anywhere tomorrow. I mean, we know already that Pakistan, a third of the country was flooded, so that was no choice on their part. But these people have got some choice if only they realise it.
Excuse me, have you got any comments on what's happening right now?
I suppose I feel safer now the police are here because, yeah, that was a little bit scary just then. I suppose even though we got an overwhelming amount of hate.
At this moment in time, okay, you're under arrest for the obstruction of the highway. You do not have to say anything.
Yeah, sure.
So can you tell us, like, you just walk past by here, or you
No,
just driver?
I'm driving. I'm the car in the front, right there. That car right there. Yeah.
Then, did you come across this situation before? How's your feeling for the action?
No, I've only seen it on the news and stuff like that before, but this is the first time. I have no issue at all. I mean, they're doing it for a good reason. I mean, everybody that keeps shouting they've got places to go. We've all got places to go. It's fine. Yeah. You know, if the police have to come and take them, the police come and take them. You know, why are you grabbing up old ladies and throwing them around and stuff? I mean, would you expect that? Would you do that to your own grandmother? No. They're protesting for a reason. Stop.
Do you understand? Do you know why they are like so angry? Some of the drivers.
Everybody's angry, I think. You know, pent up rage for like 2 years worth of people staying at home. I think a lot of people just naturally, normal day lives, are probably not that happy. So any little thing like this just clicks them. Any little thing, everybody goes crazy. So, I mean, normally London's traffic anyway, so normally you get stuck in traffic. If there's an accident, you get stuck. Would you come out and be like, oh, you had an accident, you crashed your car, why did you crash your car, I can't get somewhere? Everybody's just pent up anger.
Do you feel there's going to bring any positive impact in terms of the climate change, the action they do?
Hopefully, because people will, if in a weird way, some people complain about this, the protest, thus then the protest gets more press, so hopefully it works, and then, you know, it works. Yeah, no way.
because of oil. Because it's all innocent people. Innocent people are suffering because of heat waves. 40 degrees. Yeah. 40 degrees. Everyone's suffering. So train tracks are buckling, the tarmac's melting, putting people's lives at risk. This is the first time it's been removed.
So what are your thoughts at the moment?
Well, obviously my thoughts are with these people who are making these sacrifices on the road today and facing a lot of anger, and we understand why people are angry, but at the same time we're just citizens in resistance needing to send a clear message to our government: no new oil and gas.
So what pushed you to come here today and launch this demonstration here specifically?
Well, I am not on that part of the team that chose this location. I'm just one of the people that turns up and helps the people that are here. So yeah, I'm a part of the support team.
And how have you felt about the police presence here so far?
Well, as always, in my experience, the police are always fairly polite. They do their job that they're supposed to do. They're respectful. They're not heavy-handed. Well, in my experience, that's not to say all the time and with everyone, but in my experiences have been generally very good.
And what do you have to say to all the public citizens here today who were very angry with your demonstrations?
I would say it's regrettable that it's come to this, that people, citizens of conscience, have got to take such drastic action because we've got a government that do not give a fuck about us, basically. Business as usual, more business as usual, will not solve the problems that they've created. The Tories have been in power 12 years. They've had 12 years to create a system with cleaner, greener energy, solar power, wind power, insulate people's homes and reduce all the wasted energy. They've had 12 years to do that. What have they done? They've done nothing except exacerbate the situation, and they're going to be drilling for new oil and gas, 130 new oil and gas licences off the UK.
And do you feel that's reflected in Rishi Sunak's choice not to go to the COP27 summit in Egypt?
I can't tell you the despair I feel about it, that he says things are more important at home. That just sums it up, basically. They want to ignore the climate emergency. They've ignored it for 3.5 years now, and it looks like they're continuing to ignore it. Even when they do go to COP, they make a load of empty promises that they don't keep. So really, maybe they've just stopped and dropped the pretense now and saying, what's the point of going to COP, because we don't even act on our own promises anyway.
Just what's on your mind today about the demonstrations in the street?
I'm actually fucking pissed off. I'm getting on the bus, fucking late to work, to come to this shit. And they're protesting about gas and oil. Are you taking the piss? Just pay the gas and oil. No, I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off. I'm very pissed off.
Do you feel this is an effective manner to tackle climate change, or should they be taking it elsewhere?
Like, go on the internet, make a blog or something, you know what I mean? Fucking making people late to work, acting like you're dead. I thought someone was dead. Yeah, that's about it.
I'm doing all this.
You don't need the engine running. Turn it off.
Mind your own business. Mind your own business. Don't walk your dog.
What are your thoughts so far on how today's gone?
It's fucking hard. It's like, we don't want to be doing this. It's really fucking stressful, and to see people so distressed and angry, yeah, we don't want to be here, but we have absolutely no choice but to be here.
How have you felt about the response from the public so far?
I mean, it's pretty standard to what we've had before. It's like, people are angry because we're in their way, and I completely get it. You know, the disruption is not something that we want to be doing, but it's the only way that we're going to get through in the time that we've got civil resistance now or never. That's it.
And what has pushed you to blocking roads accessed by the general public so far?
So we've actually tried every other avenue for making change. We've tried petitions, we've tried marches, we've tried emailing our MPs, we've tried voting for 30 fucking years. And carbon emissions have gone up 60% since 1990. So it's a catastrophic failure, right? We've got a handful of years left before we're looking at climate systems pushing into tipping points. Sir David King, Chief Scientific Advisor to the British government, said we've got 3 to 4 years to determine the future of humanity. If you had 3 to 4 years to try and wake up a public that was oblivious, seemingly oblivious to the fact that we're going to be pushed over a cliff, what would you do? Because I would think it's perfectly rational to get in the road. In fact, it's the only rational thing to do in this situation.
So what's next?
So we're not going to stop, we're going to keep coming back. We're going to, it may stop for this action round, but we're going to keep coming back again and again because we have no choice, right? The government are pushing for 100 new oil and gas licenses in the North Sea when we've got 8 years of reserve left with our current resources. So this is a death sentence, right? From the International Energy Agency, from the United Nations, all these organizations are saying more oil is a death sentence. So what choice do you have when the government's going to push you to destroy your lives and livelihoods, but to do something about it, right?
And how do you feel about Rishi Sunak's refusal to attend the next COP27 summit in Egypt?
I mean, it's an atrocity, but I'm not remotely surprised because we're talking about a Conservative Party that's in the back pockets of big energy giants, big oil companies, big pharmaceutical companies, big construction companies. What more do you expect from, a government that's beheld by corporate interests? This is it.
And how do you think it's gotten this bad?
That's a difficult question. Ultimately, it's gotten this bad because we've fucking sat on our asses for 30 years. This has only just started happening. Why has it only just started happening, Why did it take it to get this bad for people to do something? But we're here now, so the only thing we have left to do is but to get out on the streets in force, right? We have to mobilize thousands of people to do exactly what we're doing today. That's the only hope. It's the only way we're going to be in the ballpark of not facing social collapse because of the climate crisis. This is it.
All right, thank you very much for your time, man. Appreciate you. After filming, the BBC went on to publish a series of articles detailing the day's events. Whilst they were more than happy to document the voices of those upset and brand the protesters as reckless, there was no mention of any support from the public. Nor was there any mention of why these demonstrations took place. Make of that what you will.